Hello, my name is Marissa Ford. I wanted to talk about this Netflix documentary that I just watched called The Deepest Breath. And if you don't know anything about it, pretty much it's about freedivers. And I didn't know this, but freediving is a sport in which people take the deepest breath they can possibly take and dive as far down into the ocean as they can and then come back up on one breath of air. Now, it doesn't sound that extreme, I guess, when I'm saying it right now, at least to me, but when you watch this documentary and you see what these people put themselves through, it is really crazy to me that people are willing to go to such extreme lengths to accomplish something. So the lady was talking about how when she dives down there, after 30 meters or so, it feels like you're flying, like you just dropped deep to the ocean. And her lungs start to compress because of the pressure of the ocean. And ultimately her lungs end up being like the size of a fist. And you also have to remember that as deep as you go, you have to be able to come back up. And it's a thing, a lot of these people on their way up, they completely run out of air. And when that happens, your body shuts down. They call it a blackout. And when they show it on the documentary, they're out of their body. Their eyes are open, but they're not there. And the people have to like breathe into their mouth to get oxygen to go into their body instantly, or they will die. And a lot of people die in this extreme sport. Now, you know, we never really understand why we're called to do certain things, because I'm sitting there watching this like, why would anybody want to do that? And it really made me think about my dreams and my goals. And the woman on the documentary, she was saying that when she was a child, she felt like her dreams were she was embarrassed by her dreams because they seemed so far-fetched and they seemed so out there. And, you know, I kind of could relate to that, because wanting to be a superstar, wanting to be a singer that is a household name, wanting to be an actress that has a, you know, career in which people can recognize you by name based off of your work, is at this point a dream that can kind of be embarrassing to say, because it's so impossible to achieve for the masses. And, you know, ask anybody and they'll tell you that it is really hard to become an actress, or it's really hard to become a famous singer. So I could definitely relate to that. But it reminded me that those dreams that we have that seem so outlandish and so crazy and so insane are really only crazy until we accomplish it. And she wanted to be the greatest of all time. And she wanted to achieve records. And I don't want to tell you guys what happened. Oh, I have to sneeze. Excuse me. Let me go back so that I don't have to have this sneeze in there. She wanted to be the greatest of all time. She wanted to accomplish all of these records. And, you know, I don't want to tell you guys what happens, because if you watch it. It's amazing. It had me crying. It was really deep, no pun intended. But it really affected me emotionally. Another thing I was thinking about when I watched this was the will to win. You know, like us passionate dreamers, we have this will to be the greatest, or to accomplish our dreams, or to reach a level in ourselves that we can only imagine. You know, we can't really experience it right now because we're trying to get there. And these people on this documentary were pushing themselves to the limit, to where they would actually die, because they keep thinking, oh, I can do this. I don't need any air. I can go deeper. To where people actually never come up. They die. They push themselves to the extreme limit. And I thought it was a very interesting idea, because, you know, we're taught, I don't know if everyone's taught this, but we're taught to push ourselves towards whatever we want, to our limit. And at what cost? You know, like, we have to make sure that our limits don't destroy us. You know, I guess that's what I was thinking about it, because a lot of times we we want to be this, and we want to be great, and we want to be that, and we push ourselves to depression, we push ourselves to loneliness, we push ourselves to these places, death, even in this extreme sport situation. And it's just very interesting that we even have the capacity as humans to push ourselves to a point of no return. And on the flip side of that idea, is it the most extreme honor to be able to push yourself to that level? I know it's crazy to even think about, but these people are teetering with death and teetering with self-destruction, and I feel like we kind of are all doing that when we are tunnel vision on what we want to accomplish. We may lose relationships, we may lose our minds, we may lose money, you know, we can lose a lot of things focusing on trying to be the greatest version of ourselves. So yeah, what do you guys think about this? What do you think about the idea of pushing yourselves to destruction? I hate to say it like that, but that's kind of what happens when people are diving deeper, 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 and they keep telling themselves, I can go deeper, and they just never come up. So yeah, this is my take on the whole thing. What do you think? Let me know in the comments. I would love to get a discussion going for the people that have that hunger to be great, because when I watched that, I really felt that I felt inspired by these people who were pushing themselves to such limits to accomplish their dreams. Because sometimes you do feel like you're on an island by yourself when you're working every day and you're trying to achieve something that people think you might be crazy for even trying to achieve. Yeah, so I think that's all I wanted to bring up about it. If you watched it and you got anything else out of it, please drop it in the comments. Let's talk about it, because I was moved and I keep thinking about it. It really shook me. And shout out to all of those great athletes that do this sport and are brave enough to go to the depths of the ocean that, you know, I probably will never see. Yeah, so let me know what you think. Like, comment, subscribe, and I'll be back with another question for you guys.